Hello, good evening. Nice interacting with you. Let me check if all the setups are there. Yeah. Great. Thank you again. We are joining here for a quick session. I won't take much time, but interestingly, the topic continues to remain the same, the re-engineering part. Uh, this re-engineering is very interesting when we talk about because most of the customers or the organizations or the company, they are going through a phase of transformation. So this transformation has to be adopted, has to be accepted in a proper way. Uh, so this transformation has to be re-engineered in a way that the benefits are reaped in a quick, in a real sense. So having said that, today I thought like I'll just quickly touch base this part of it. A very interesting and very required part of this one is the re-engineering the business with intelligent automation. Now, why exactly you undergoing a transformation is because you are adopting the technology because everybody wants to get run and chase the technology and adoption because things are changing very fast. So in this past, like what I thought is like instead of touching base, the re-engineering, the digitalization part, I just wanted to just take a step back and understand what exactly are we ready there to actually adopt a technology, say be it a cloud or be it automation, be it a movement, be it anything. So how intelligent is your automation if you're looking at automation standpoint? What kind of benefits that you can reap out of it? What are the risks that are involved into it? Uh, how to monitor all that. So importantly, what I want to say is like I want you guys to be prepared when it comes to adopting this part of it. So quickly, just take it through. When there is a change, see the thing is re-engineering, as I said, is a part of transformation. Means from a phase one to phase two, we are moving. In this part, the important part is you are undergoing a change. So I'll just say I quickly take it that the important part that we have to see here is the change. So how important is a change? Do we have that particular ability at our end where we can adopt this change, where we can accept this change? So it's important to develop a critical methodology of change in order to ensure that transition, as I said, is uh, is more smooth and more comfortable and by very less disruption. Very less means like you cannot avoid it. You can always live in that in that in the myth that there will be no disruption, but be prepared, there will be a disruption. So that's very important. It's important for you to develop that particular methodology. Second important thing is since you are talking about the speed, the automation that you're talking, because you just wanted to, the basis of automation is you want to reduce the redundancy, you want to reduce your waste, you want to reduce your cost, right? That's the reason you're going for an automation because, so having said that, it's important to determine the speed that with which you are looking at adopting this particular automation part of it. And when we are talking about this automation, when we are identifying the speed of this transition, it's important to put proper checkpoints at every interval wherever you can check that whether the process or the system or the workflow or the transition is as per our understanding and it's under control because many a times I have seen it happening with different organizations that that they jump into the other side of it assuming the transition that automation will work, but they end up fixing a lot of different issues which they are not prepared of. So importantly, as I said, it has to we have to create a consistent, a systematic, and a predictable way to manage your change request. And yes, we have been doing that, but are we prepared to handle automation from the change control? That's very important. So it refers to those methods that through which the organization defines and applies the change. Right? You getting it? The part what so it's not about like going back and saying yes I have been doing that, it's just another change. I'll say you need a complete new outlook because the whole landscape has changed, maybe because of the cloud or is it because of a new stakeholder or a new way of you working into the system where you are introducing the subcontracting or subassembly or because to as I said, it's not just the technology, even the market is changing the way things. And even at every part, as I said, the checkpoints, you will have to define your stakeholders, uh, supporting your employees and instituting the essential changes, right? So this is that critical part of it. Now, so having said that, how to control this part? So what I say is change management and test automation. Now I know the test, both of them have been there prevalent in this particular industry for a long time. Change management and test automation, but this particular combination is very has to be will play a very critical role before you jump into your transformation journey, and make sure this is the only recipe or the mantra of a successful automation, and so that you can foresee and jump into the next level of automation, because it doesn't end over here. Now, when I say what is a test automation, we do testing, but see, the thing is, when you say automation, an important part is things are happening behind the scene, where you assume that you have a control, you assume that you have confidence, you assume that it's risk free and it's secure. Is it really like that? So there needs to be a tool, a gatekeeper available at your disposal, which is a unified suite, which actually is testing your environment. It's like it, it cannot be just a production environment. It can be operations, how you're handling it, because critical information flowing in and out. It's important that all stakeholders are well informed, right? So it actually adds up to your efficiency and the quality. Now, if we look, test automation works two ways. One, at the product level, maybe at the development level, or maybe at the production operation software level. It can be at different levels. But having said that, at any level of it, well, say quality assurance and test automation are quite, uh, I'll say, they are synonyms. And if quality assurance is an integral part of your system, yes, test automation has to be there with you. And this whole process, what happens is, you cannot say that there is a standard way of doing it, I will accept it. No, it doesn't work like that. Rather, I'll say, uh, you have to make sure that you identify your critical processes and you actually automate them. And then when you have this whole baseline fixed, saying that this is way I handle a change management, and this is way I control the changes through a automation suite, then only I'll say you are more prepared to jump onto your journey of transformation, or re-engineering, or, uh, or either of it. So there could be a lot of different technical terms, like, say, a couple of them which came back of my head. I just included them: XML, JSON, multi-browser. Now, the thing is, very interestingly, cloud. When we talk about, we say like, hey, I'm risk-free because somebody else is owning the risk. I need to make sure my processes are well mapped. Are you sure your processes are always well mapped? What will happen? Like, are you sure like that? Are you prepared to handle your what if scenario? If you are prepared, means you must be having a mechanism with which you are making sure that at regular intervals you are testing the whole framework, right? So that's how the server health of it, how exactly you are handling your errors, the reports, the loggers, the code coverage, a lot of things come in. So basically, if I say, the baseline and the mantra of this one is change management and the combination of testing. And if these two are there in place, I'll say you can be just risk free. How to do that? I'll say, like, I'm just little getting technical when it comes to approach of it. Simple: hire one good partner. Don't go and hire a partner who is good technologically. Hire a partner who is good and aware of your domain, your processes, your product, or your application, and has the testing expertise, because you cannot invest time in building up this whole thing from scratch. At least, like, the person or the partner who is talking with you is actually making sense with respect to your business process. It will be very fast. The win-win thing will be very, very fast. Start with a small POC. Tell him like, hey, there is a critical process. This one, it's not about don't. The POC should not be your pain area, because you should invest time along with your partner in defining the proper approach to your pain area. Rather, it should be that is the check for the compatibility as a part of POC. That's important. Then make sure like the expertise the partner brings in. Make sure you and your partner together sit down and redefine your change management protocols, and then of course start working with the critical processes, because I have seen personally that when a change management is always there. When the test automation as a technology comes and it complements the change management, that's where I've seen the business giving thumbs up all the time, because they love it, because they know that they don't not need to, the business doesn't need to invest time in ensuring that the system is working good, the application is working good, the framework is working good, the stakeholders, the way the responses are going, they are informed. Say, uh, are you sure that when I send an email to my friend in US, he has received that email? We are not sure. So what do we do is like we add a read receipt to it, right? So but having a read adding a read receipt is sometimes it's like as a part of urgency you can always add it, but you should. But many a times I get irritated when I get a read receipt. So having said that, like similar to that, we need to have confidence that say a simple email when I send is going and it's reaching out to the right person. It's not going into the junk. So that's how I make sure that that's what the testing is. And once you have those processes automated, regularize it. It's important to regularize it. Make sure that this gatekeeper of the testing tool that we're talking about is regularly testing your scripts, and all your critical processes are working, and there will be no or zero disruption. So that's the thing that I have today. Anything that you have, please share to me. I'm ready to accept, send out uh, any questions that you have with respect to the chat we have. Do reach out to us at marcom@silotech.com. We, as a Silotech, we are pioneer in the test automation. We have a very strong framework where a lot of customers are delighted. We have a lot of delighted customers, right? So. Uh, Thank you. I'm signing off. Thank you. Talk to you.